Hi everybody, this is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Diego, California. And I am here today on the first day of August. Can't believe kind of half our summer is gone. But it's sunny and warm here today, but I'm inside where it feels beautiful. So hopefully everybody is able to get on well. Just checking to see if that's the case. Anyway, so just want to bring you up to date on a few things with Stampin' Up! And what's going on with my Stampin' life right now. Hi Diane, welcome, nice to see you. Anyway, so what's going on with Stampin' Up! Right now is we're still doing Celebration, which is buy $50 of product from any catalog and you can get stuff for free. Hey Karen, thanks for joining us. And then the other, or $100 of product, so free stuff is always good when you're buying lovely Stampin' Up! Product that you would anyway. There's also a joining special going on right now. If you spend $99, you get $125 of any product that you want. You get free shipping, so that's saving another 11%. And you are getting in there a free paper pumpkin and a bunch of catalogs, so it's a pretty good deal. But the best of it is right now they're also giving you this gorgeous planner, so if you're a planner person you will absolutely love it. And it comes with a stamp set to help you do stuff in your planter. It's quite beautiful, and a bunch of other stuff to go for that. And the benefits, if you join right now on my Robin's Rowdy team, they named themselves that, you get this 20% discount on all your Stampin' Up! Products at least through the end of December. And you get that with doing absolutely nothing, and then you can just say, okay, I'm done, I don't want to do anything else. But if you spend over $300 in that time, you get to keep going and keep going on the 20%. One of the other things I really love about being a demonstrator, besides sharing this with you, having classes, etc., is that, like I said, you get at least 20% off. You get to meet new friends, but you also get early information about, and usually early able to buy things a month early than customers. So right now, or at least starting tomorrow, what that is there are going to be 6 new dies that coordinate with stamp sets either in the annual catalog or in the July through December catalog that aren't in the catalog at all. And those are going to be for these stamp sets: Apple Harvest, Fresh Cut Flowers, this Birthday Piggy, that's a little piggy one, Trimming the Tree, Waterfall Canyon, and Yeti 2-Party. And those will be on sale for demonstrators starting tomorrow, customers not till January, I think it's 1st or 2nd. And then the other thing I wanted to tell you about is my upcoming class, and you can get this as a class to go, or you can come to my house if you're in San Diego, like Diane's going to do, who's on watching now. And we are going to be using the Kindest Gnome set. So I'm going to turn you down to show you that if you are interested in coming to my class. Next one being August 14th. And we are going to be using this Kindest Gnome set. And I know a lot of you saw this card we made a couple weeks ago. It's kind of it's double easel fold, it's called. So it folds up nice, but then it also stands up nice. And then everybody who does the class either comes to the class or you can get the class to go. I'll send you everything you need. Is also going to get a half a pack of this Rings of Love designer series paper. And this is one of the free papers. That's the one we used on that card I just showed you. But this is one of the free papers. You get a whole 12 pack, so 2 of each of these papers that I'm showing you. For free if you spend $50. Be good for holiday cards. Love this one. This is my favorite one. And you're going to get half a pack of that. And actually, right now, this paper is sold out. So let me know if you're interested in that. Again, August 14th at my house. Or or to go. So you can email me or make a comment, leave your email address, and I'll send you some more information. So today we are going to be using the Brightest Glow stamp set. I'm still kind of in the making Christmas in July cards because we had a retreat here at my house doing that, and this is one of the cards that we made. Really easy card. I thought we'd go easy today because we did a hard one before. And hopefully you can see that this is embossed with the wintry 3D embossing folder, and using this new Brightest Glow stamp set that just has a lot of good stamps for the season, for the holiday season. And this is all part of this Lights Aglow suite that we've been using, that includes the 2 different bundles, really pretty ribbon. Oh my gosh, you guys, if you get only one thing, get this glimmer paper. It's the Evening Evergreen, very vanilla, although it is kind of white, just not stark white. And the gold, we're going to be using the gold today. And we're also going to be using this Lights Aglow paper. Hopefully you can see that. We're going to be using this one right here. Oh, here we go, bring it out. So that one actually comes in 2 different colors. It comes in the cherry cobbler and the soft succulent. What's on the other side? Oh, pretty bouquet on that one, and just a pattern on that one. So when I first saw this and a friend saw it, they're like, what am I supposed to do with it? It's like, well, you're supposed to cut this out. It cuts into a 3x3, and then you can stamp a little sentiment and stick it in there. So that's what we're going to do today. So first we have our regular old 8.5 by 5.5 piece. It's of cherry cobbler cardstock, scored at 4 1/4. So we're just going to fold that in half and burnish it. And then our next layer is a 4 by 5 1/4. And another piece of cherry cobbler cardstock. And we are actually, whoa, sorry, dropping things here. We are actually going to emboss it with this wintry 3D embossing folder. Now this embossing folder is in the annual catalog. You may miss it. It's on page 177, and it's a small embossing folder, meaning you can put it through your mini machine, but because this piece of paper I'm using is bigger than the machine, we're going to have to use the big one. And you can see we're using this one that looks like pine boughs, but it also has a really pretty one with snowflakes, so both of those are pretty cool. All right, bring on the machine. You will not believe how quiet this is. Now, I know some of you have the machine, some don't, but I'm going to go through this again. If you look on your machine, it's going to tell you how to make your little sandwich. And so this is a 3D embossing folder. So the sandwich for that is just this big plate and then this gray one on top. So that's different than when you're cutting. And then when you're going to put this in here, you'll see that it's bigger. Hopefully you guys can still see this. It's bigger than this embossing folder. That's intentional. Oh, I should have done this before I brought the machine up here. Let me move the machine out a little bit. Anyway, you can see this little line here. That's where you want to line this up so it's straight. But then you also want to notice, is it kind of even side to side with these parts sticking out? I think it is now. All right, and then when you put it through, always put the folded side through. And ask me how I know that otherwise it doesn't work, because I've done that. And look how smooth that is, you guys. There's like, I'm hardly cranking, and it's going through, and you guys can barely hear it because it is so quiet. And then it makes this beautiful embossing piece. I know it's hard to see on these darker ones, but it really is quite beautiful. Okay, so next step here is we are going to take, I have a couple of strips of that glimmer paper. I don't know if there's a good side or a bad side of how this should go. I guess it doesn't really matter. And this is just 3/8 inch again by 5 1/4, and we're just gonna glue that down. They look a little big, like I might have to cut them down. Oh, this is a brand new glue, so it's coming out a little too fast. And remember those little edges that didn't get embossed? That's what we're gluing this to. So just kind of line it up, top and bottom. Looks like it's sticking out a little bit. Hey Robbie, thanks for coming on. This is one of the cards you guys missed by not coming to the Christmas retreat, in July retreat. Don't want to see any of that. And then it looks like I have a little bit too much on the top and bottom. Can you see that? So I'm just going to cut it off. We don't need it hanging over. Cutting this glimmer paper into these little tiny strips is a little bit of a challenge. I can tell you what I did to make that a little bit easier is using the whole big piece and then just kind of moving it over as I go, cutting off little pieces. That's definitely easier than starting with a little piece and going from there. So I'm going to turn this over and put a bunch of dimensionals on here. A lot of dimensionals. When you're using a whole big piece, what you don't want is it kind of sagging on you. In fact, we just used up all of those dimensionals, so let's get some more. Can never have too many dimensionals, so I actually always have a extra pack sitting really close. I pretty much kind of always have, before I place an order, that's one of the things I look around for. Do I need glue? Do I need dimensionals? Because I really don't want to have to place an order that's just glue and dimensionals, because that just never seems right. So did you guys do anything fun this past weekend? We actually went out to dinner last night with some friends to a winery. You guys been, you San Diego peeps, have you been to Cordiano's winery? It's really, really pretty, just so peaceful. I find wineries peaceful anyway. All right, so next step is we're gonna make our little centerpiece here. And that is a little piece that we need to stamp that goes in the center of that square. And this is one of the, what's it called? Stylish shapes. If you have a embossing machine, I mean a cutting embossing machine, you need this, and it's the middle one here. And I just cut it out of basic white, and we're gonna get our cherry cobbler ink, and because I've used this so many times, it's easy to open that way. Having a hard time seeing the ink on this though. I think I'm gonna just do a little stamp. I guess it was inked up. It's because it's just such small little writing, it's hard to see. You always want to just leave it here a little bit so that it transfers well. And then since we have this out, I'm going to go ahead and do the inside. I like my inside pieces 5 by 3 3/4, although this one might be, yeah, that's what this is. And then again, from that same stamp set, I'm going to take the little Happy Holidays. Am I straight? No. And stamp that. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I kind of cheated a little. I told you I was just using that one thing, but I am using just these little snowflakes from this Christmas lights. But you know what? Just look through, if you don't have this, whoops. Just look through your Christmas stamp sets because there's so many. See that little blob? Don't want that there. Because you probably have a little snowflake set that you didn't even realize. Because they put that in so many of the different stamp sets. Those are the kind of things I actually enjoy looking at. You know, when I have a stamp set, it's like, oh, what can I use that little piece for? I like to make sure I've used all my little pieces in there. And so this is going to just go on the inside. Hey Sandy, hi Cindy. We got a lot of people watching today. So we're just gonna put that on the inside. The reason I like this slightly smaller size, I used to make these inside pieces a little bit bigger, is I like the frame around it of the color. And I also like that I just don't have to write that much if I don't feel like it. All right, so next thing is, like I said, this is just a 3 by 3 square out of that piece that I showed you. Oh, missing a piece here. And then I also have a piece of just a 3 by 3 piece of regular cardstock, and we're just gonna stick it on like that. I just thought it needed a little something, plus it gave it a little more support because the cardstock is just a little, I'm going to do this here so I know we're sort of straight. The cardstock is a little bit thicker. Notice how I'm using these lines to make sure everything's straight. So I put the points on here, and then I'm making sure it's straight within the lines there. And because I'm using glue, I can just move it just a little hair and know that it's straight. This is what you do when you're kind of straight challenged like I am. I'm often, and that's another reason for stamping in a circle, because you can always get it right in a circle. All right, let's turn it over. Anyway, you just learn to do some of these things like lining up the lines or things like that. Now notice I'm only putting these dimensionals on the back cardstock. I could put them on here, but this is kind of just, I don't know, more substantial, so that's why I'm doing it there. All right, once again, we'll see if we can get that sort of straight on here. What am I looking at? I'm looking at this line and this line and this line and that line to see if they're, oh, see? So I lined it with here, but now look, this is too big, so I should have pulled this over a little, but we're just gonna have to leave it because it's too glued down. All right, I think to make up with that, I am gonna move it over just a little because I don't want it to stick out when we're mailing it. All right, final touch is can't make a card without a little bit of bling. So these are the red and green adhesive back pearls. Where you say are the red pearls, they're kind of hiding in here. So don't, if you get these, don't think, oh, where are my red pearls? They're actually hiding up in here, but we're just gonna use a few of the little gold pearls. So we got gold, silver, soft succulent, and red. and using my Take a Pic tool because I think that just makes this so easy. And so this just goes with all of those ones that are in the set, and that is our easy card. So let's bring in the other one that was I did a little bit straighter on. But isn't that just cool? What do you guys think? That is our card for today. And if you want to see more of what we did on our retreat, I did one of the other cards last week. That was a much more difficult card. It was a fancy fold that was lots of fun. So you can go ahead and watch that. And hopefully you can join me again next Monday at 1 o'clock, because I'm here every Monday. I'm going to pull you guys up. Every Monday, Pacific time, 1 o'clock. And if you have any questions, you can always watch this again. I'm also on YouTube, Stamp with Dr. Robin. And if you go over there, please hit subscribe, and then they'll send you new ones when I go live again and do it. So thank you, Becky. I think they're really kind of pretty and kind of easy. I mean, that didn't take us long at all. So take care, you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.